Hey guys, back at the bench here, and let's go over some full length sizing dies or just decapping dies in general, and kind of what you're looking for and things that might help you make up your mind. So, first thing here, we got an RCBS full length sizing die, decapping die, and that's kind of my go to die for the most part. Um, there's a few things that are kind of changing my mind, and I'll go over that as we go here. But this RCBS, if not my top pick, it's my second pick out of all the reloading dies available right now. This Hornady die, it's kind of slightly edging out this for certain calibers. My 2250, 300 Win Mag, 338 Lapua. This RCBS is what I'm gonna pick, just because I know where the brass is coming from, and I know what I'm dealing with as far as primers. But when it comes to the 223 and 308, 30-06, things of that nature, I'm actually leaning towards this Hornady, and the main reason I am is, let me pull this lock out, is just like the RCBS, this pin is a captured pin, but Hornady actually calls this out as a repairable part and sends you, I believe with this one I got 2 or 3 spare pins with it. So if we have an issue with a surplus case and the pin sticks and breaks off, I'm not scrambling to try to find a new pin. There is a couple with there, and they're very inexpensive. And it comes with another rod just in case something would happen with the rod, and all the tools to take care of it. Like I said, the RCBS, it is also a captured pin, but they don't call out this pin. Oop, lost it there. And this is actually a broken pin that I had from a 223 shell. Just a surplus one. I'm not real sure what the deal was, if the hole wasn't quite uniform enough in the primer pocket or what, but it had broke the pin off. And through RCBS you can get that pin, but it's not as readily available as this decapping pin. I believe Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, and some of the other box stores actually just carry this pin on the shelf. Where this, if I wanted to buy a decapping pin for this die from the same stores, I got to buy it as a whole assembly, which makes it get quite a bit more expensive. But on our budget dies, so here's our Lee dies. So this is my 45 ACP die. You can see the decapping pin sticking out. But this is my 30-06 Lee decapping die. And as you can see here, we had an issue with the casing, and we broke a decapping pin. And unfortunately, this whole pin is one piece. And they're $679, I believe, from Lee. So by time I tear this apart, replace this, and reset it, I'm downtime. And even if I have another one sitting on the shelf, there's $7 I have sitting there for no reason, really, because ideally we don't break them, but it happens. But who wants to have a spare decapping pin for every die? So as far as the Lees go, that's my only holdup on the Lees. The only gripe I got is it's not a modular decapping pin like the RCBS or the Hornady is. But the price point of the dies starting out, that's why I had the Lees starting out. But now that I'm kind of getting more into it, the RCBS, if I can get the decapping pins, I get them. But like I said, as far as availability, the Hornady is kind of edging out everything, just for the sheer fact that they know you're going to break them when you're doing surplus cases occasionally. It's just kind of part of it. For some odd reason on the surplus stuff, they don't quite get all the primer holes portholes exactly right when they're doing the primer pockets. And usually when I'm reloading cases like that, I'll get, unfortunately, almost 1 in 1,000 that's going to stick. And as soon as you get one stick, I mean, that thing doesn't stand a chance. It just snaps right off. But with this design, and even the RCBS, you can, with RCBS, you can lock this, screw this out. If you can get the decapping pin, replace the decapping pin, screw it back into exactly where you were, and you're ready to go. This one, my thoughts are on it. Either A, I'm going to get a little bit of a lock nut to screw down on there just to hold my setting, or B, I'm going to put a mark on it or a measurement on this side so I don't have to come over here and physically take the die pretty much off my turret press, because it's kind of hard to get in here and measure when it's still on the press. But if I get a measurement on this side, I know that my stick out's always going to be the same. So that's something I'm working on right now with these dies, on how I want to get a measurement once I get them set, just in case I do break a pin, I can pull it apart. But yeah, if you guys are just starting reloading and you're trying to figure out what brand to go with on the full length sizing die, that's kind of my guide. If you're doing something that you're never going to do surplus and you're always getting good brass, you can go with the Lee dies. I don't foresee any issue there. If you have a dealer in your area that does RCBS and they're willing to stock pins for you, or you can get a deal and buy multiple pins at once, the RCBS is the way to go. But if you're just reloading from a box store, you're going to buy all your stuff at the box store, don't want to order anything offline, I think the Hornady is probably going to be your way to go, just for the sheer fact that it actually comes with the pins, and pretty much everybody that sells these is going to stock the pins themselves. So I hope you guys found value in this. If you did, hit the subscribe, like the video. I plan on going through all these dies and kind of my personal preference and the little things I have found with them. So you guys have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.